Scotty. Start of a new pre-season. How have the boys reported back looking?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, day one is it's always good. It seems to have been a really long off season. I'm starting to lose my voice already. I'm a bit out of form myself. I might have to start yelling at the kids when I get home to get myself in a bit more of practice. But yeah, look, the energy was fantastic today. The guys have come back in really good shape, which is always pleasing. Most of them have played in the off season, so yeah, it is. It's just exciting is the word that springs to mind. It's great to get back out in the court. You know, this is my happy place, and you know, really pleasing what we've put together.
Who's impressed you today?
Oh, look, I think most of them have. I mean, you know, Vasiljevic has lost some weight. You know, just such an incredible shooter. You know, a lot of the guys that have been playing NBL 1 have all come back in incredible shape, and you know, there hasn't been probably any one standout. They've all looked good. So, you know, it's my first real chance to look at someone like Lat Mayan. He gives us something different. 6'8", athletic, can shoot the ball. So he's exciting to coach as well. But no, just, you know, as far as what you could hope from day one, I think we've got.
You got some new coaching staff as well?
We have, yeah. Mike Wells came out from the US 2 days ago, and you know, over 20 years in the NBA, and you know, it's to have someone of his experience is such a major coup for the club, and it's great for me too to learn from someone like that as well. So then we also get Marko, who's with the Serbian Olympic team at the moment. He'll be here when that campaign finishes up. So yeah, we've got some fresh faces. I think for me, it's exciting that we've got a core group of guys back from last year, but you always got to improve, and certainly, you know, with some of those coaching appointments, I think it puts us in pretty good stead.
How important was that for you? Obviously, even after your tenure started at the back end of last season, you had a lot of assistant coaches go out. How important was it to get some big experience to help?
Oh, I think it's something the club identified, you know, pretty quickly. You know, Mike, I spent some time with Mike over in Las Vegas, and you know, the stories he's got, and he's been involved with Kobe Bryant and Hakeem Olajuwon and some of the all-time greats. Just listening to those stories, but his knowledge of what he's been able to put in place, and I threw him in the deep end a little bit today on day one. I thought it was important that the boys heard his voice pretty quickly. He's still jet lagged. He doesn't know his head from his backside at the moment. He's all over the shop, but he's hit the ground running. I think he'll sleep pretty well tonight, though.
Still got obviously a couple of recruits to arrive into Adelaide, but is it starting to feel more like your team now as opposed to the team you took over 6 months ago?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we're probably in better shape than a lot of teams. We've got 8 of our 11 guys here. So Sunday's obviously playing with South Sudan at the Olympics, and now with the 2 imports just to come, and we'll get them here as quickly as humanly possible. So yeah, I think it does. I think we've been very careful in putting together a team. You know, not just the 12 best players we could find. You know, we need the guys playing the right roles. We need, you know, it's always been emphasis on mine to get local talent involved. We've been able to do that as well. So yeah, I look down that end. I'm really pleased with what we've put together.
There are reports that Jarrell Martin has agreed to a 1-year
Yep.
contract. Can you confirm that?
Yeah, he has. Yep. So that's all official now. You know, having someone that's 6'10" with championship experience, he's played with DJ before, is once again, it's something I'm really thrilled with. And we'll look to get him here as soon as possible. You know, we don't have a lot of time. We've got just over 3 weeks before our first pre-season game. I mean, every other team's in the same boat as well. But yeah, we'll get him here as quickly as possible, and get him integrated into the team.
And what do you think he'll bring?
I think in that position, that 4-man, what we were looking for was just not obviously a very good player, but someone could also fill in at the 5 spot as well. You know, I'm not going to flog Isaac Humphries to death and play him 40 minutes. So we've got someone, when we take Isaac out of the game, that can hold down that spot as well. So it gives us versatility. It gives us a big man who can stretch the floor and shoot the 3, which was something we were really big on as well. So and the familiarity with the league. You know, he's won a championship, and played particularly well in finals. So all that sort of stuff, bringing that experience to this group is exciting.
I think you touched on it back in the last season that with DJ, with him staying here, that there was sort of an intention for him to be involved in sort of the future of being the main man. How much sort of role did he play in Jarrell?
Oh, I reckon there was the odd phone call or two. Look, we've had an exhaustive approach to these imports. I mean, if you saw my whiteboard in my office over the last 3 months, there's been hundreds of names up there, and Jarrell was always someone we spoke about. Oh, excuse me. I was fairly adamant that I didn't want two guys who weren't known to the league. I wanted one of the imports who'd had NBL experience, and we spoke to a number of those guys over the time, and couldn't be happier that we've settled on Jarrell.
Given the way the imports have gone in the past, how important is it that, like you say, this one's got NBL experience, but this one is right, given a few of the mistakes?
Oh, hugely important. It's you can't afford to get the imports wrong, and it's not an exact science, as we've known, as everyone's known over the years. It's not always easy to get it right. We looked at a lot of point guards before we settled on Kendrick. I was adamant that we needed a pure point guard. That is something that I think this club hasn't had for a number of years, and someone like him is just naturally going to make DJ better, and Isaac Humphries better, and Sunday Detch, and Jason Kadee, and so on and so on. So that was really important for me to get that right. But as I said, it's nice to get someone who's familiar with the league as well, because you get two guys who've never been here before, and it sometimes doesn't always work. So getting someone that was familiar with the league and has had success in the league was really important for me.
Bring back memories of the first day of pre-season when you're watching behind us doing running.
I love watching this, because I've dared to do this for a long, long time, and I hated every second of it. So be able to just sit on the sidelines now and watch other guys do all this stuff that I hated is fantastic. So I'm enjoying a little bit too much, to be honest with you. So, but no, we've got to be in shape. I thought perhaps last year there were times that we probably weren't in the condition that we should have been. That won't be the case this year. We've got the right people in place to really work these guys out, and we'll be ready to hit the ground running.
And have the boys set any hopes for this upcoming season?
Oh, look, there's always, you won't hear me talking about championships and that sort of thing. I mean, obviously that's always the goal. This team has, for one reason or not, hasn't had a lot of success over the last few years. We need to become a consistent finals team. That does take time. I'd never hear me use the word rebuilding either, because I think that's just a ready-made excuse. But if there's a goal, it is to make the finals, and then not just do it once or twice. We should have a goal to be like the Perth Wildcats or Melbourne United, where you're in the finals every year. And when you can breed that sort of consistency and that sort of success, well, then you're going to give you the opportunity to achieve the goal that we all want to do, which is a championship. But no, we haven't sat down and talked about goals as a team. It's our first day on the court. But that's I'm not here to make up the numbers.
Just on Sunday, obviously didn't get too much time on the court this morning, but how proud does it make you to see him go up against some of the greatest in the game?
Oh, it's awesome. It's that whole South Sudan thing is just it's just such a great story. It's special to see those guys come together, and you can only imagine what they're going to be like in 10 years' time. When the athletes that they've been able to produce, and what they've been able to do so far. It's exciting, and I know Sunday's really proud of where he is, and he should be too. And we've been in regular contact, and it'll be good to get him back here. I don't have to worry about him not being in shape, even though he hasn't been playing a lot, because he sets the tone for this group. He's just a consummate professional, and he'll fit in pretty seamlessly when he gets back.